I love Paige to death. Do not get me wrong. I think, like, again, I think she's a hell of a player and, like, would love to play with her one day. But those refs were giving her every freaking whistle last night. Like, you literally couldn't touch her. Couldn't touch her. And that shit is so annoying to me. Like, and if you're going to do that, then give it to our guards.
The WNBA is in damage control after Sophie Cunningham lit a fuse that's shaking the league to its core. Her unfiltered comments have set off a storm of backlash, locker room whispers, and heated debates across the basketball world. Now, with a stunning fine that looks more like a gag order than discipline, the question is unavoidable. Was Sophie bravely calling out the truth, or did she cross a line the league won't tolerate? Fans are split, tensions are boiling, and it's bigger than basketball now. At stake is the WNBA's credibility. Will the league finally face its leadership crisis, clean up the officiating drama, and start protecting stars like Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham? Or will it silence the voices demanding change? The spotlight is on. The pressure is mounting. And this story is far from over.
Like, I just hate the inconsistency.
Like when whistles are player focused, that's like, I mean, I think that's a huge problem.
Well, she's gonna be one of those players that, like, she's already gonna be a GOAT. Like, she's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Everyone knows that she's freaking hell of a player, but, like, getting some of those whistles already, oh my, I couldn't.
This season, Sophie Cunningham has found herself at the heart of one of the fiercest player versus league battles in WNBA history. For fines. That's not discipline. That's a warning shot aimed at a rising star the league now sees as a threat. It all started with one moment of raw frustration. After a game derailed by questionable officiating, Sophie took to TikTok and unloaded, calling the referees useless. The clip was only 30 seconds long, but it was enough to cost her $500, and to leave fans and players alike stunned at how quickly and harshly the league came down on her. But Sophie didn't back down. On her podcast, she doubled down, not only standing by her words but pulling back the curtain on a league-wide frustration with biased and inconsistent officiating. That bold stand triggered another penalty, a $1,500 fine. Her running total? $2,000. More than money, it's a clear message from the WNBA: stay quiet. But instead of silencing her, the fines have done the opposite, igniting a firestorm that has the entire basketball world buzzing.
7-0 Indiana run. They're within 2 and a foul. This time, Peckers does get the call.
I thought this might have been an offensive foul. Howard for the finish.
Indiana's considering challenging this call, but they will not, as Peckers gets free.
The backlash was immediate. Social media erupted with hashtags rallying behind Sophie, blasting the league for its double standards. Within hours, GoFundMe campaigns wiped out her fines, and petitions demanding referee accountability drew thousands of signatures overnight. The outrage was loud, focused, and united. Why punish a player for speaking the truth everyone can see? Why target Sophie while ignoring the broken officiating system at the heart of the problem? But this isn't just about fines or frustration anymore. It's a tipping point. The growing standoff between players and referees, the questions of fairness, the push for transparency, it's all coming to a head. As support for Sophie surges, the WNBA faces a crossroads that could reshape its future. Is this the spark that forces reform, or the beginning of a backlash the league won't be able to control?
You could overturn it to an offensive foul. You could also maintain that it's a foul but take away the continuation. All of those things could happen here on this call.
The interesting thing is, when you get to this point of the play, it is a foul on Boston. But it's because her arm was clamped earlier in the play.
I mean, look at that.
Like, what can she do there?
She literally can do nothing. I don't know how that's not overturned to an offensive foul.
I agree with you.
That looks about as clear as it gets. And you saw how quickly Stephanie White challenged that.
The gap between how the WNBA and other major leagues handle criticism couldn't be clearer. In the NBA, outspoken voices like Draymond Green or legends like Charles Barkley built entire reputations on calling it like they see it. Barkley's no-filter commentary became part of the league's DNA, and fans loved him for it. Candor isn't just allowed in the NBA, it's celebrated. But Sophie Cunningham's reality in the WNBA tells a very different story. After calling out referees for failing to protect players, Caitlin Clark included, the league came down hard. What started as frustration quickly turned serious when a league official reportedly warned her, "They're going to fine you again." That's not constructive feedback. That's a threat. The message is clear: speak your mind, and you'll pay for it. Where the NBA encourages open debate, the WNBA seems more interested in silencing dissent. And that raises a tough question. What kind of culture is this league really trying to build? Ironically, the WNBA's attempt to muzzle Sophie has only amplified her voice. Her criticism is now headline news, a textbook Streisand effect. Try to bury the story, and it only grows louder. The irony cuts even deeper when fans point to the string of unpunished cheap shots on Caitlin Clark. The league seems far quicker to fine players for words than for dangerous plays. And that leaves fans asking, what does that say about the WNBA's priorities? About fairness? About accountability? About protecting its stars?
Paige Beckers putting her hands on Sophie to shove her up. You see Sophie's hand in the air. Both hands are in the air right here. And Paige Beckers is shoving. She is shoving her clean off. Boom. Pushed her right into Howard. Pushed her into Howard. Now she's wide open and waiting for a pass like she just didn't do anything. Like she just didn't do anything. Wide open down here. Look at her. And then all of a sudden you get the whistle. And look at the ref. You see the ref? You see the ref right here. Calling the foul. And guess who the foul was on? Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie wasn't vague. She was direct, and she was right. Refereeing is tough, no doubt. Mistakes happen. But when officials miss clear, obvious calls over and over again, right in front of them, the question becomes unavoidable. What are they even doing out there? That question now looms over more than just one game. It hangs over the entire league. And when NBA officiating looks polished by comparison, the WNBA's flaws are impossible to ignore. Fans and players are left wondering, how long can a league thrive when those demanding fairness are punished with fines instead of answered with fixes? Do you want me to stitch all these rewrites into one full-length, flowing feature article, reads like a big magazine expose, or keep each section as standalone, punchy posts for maximum viral impact? Anyone who's walked out of a WNBA game feeling like something didn't add up knows exactly what Sophie's talking about. This isn't one bad night. It's a pattern of inconsistency that can't be ignored. It shapes how teams play, fuels fan frustration, and pushes players to vent publicly after games. And the league's response? Fine the whistleblowers. A $500 penalty might look small on paper, but it's not about the money, it's about the message. And instead of shutting Sophie down, that message has only made her fight louder, bigger, and harder for the league to continue.
There's like a good handful that it's like, all right, dude. And there's a couple girls in there too.
Dumb question. If someone were to say someone called men's basketball their whole life and then went over to women's, would they be expected to call the game differently? Just given the style and physicality and stuff like that?